Hey guys, this is a continuation of the Offlane video that I've made about offlaners pushing their limits after lane and breaking tower and controlling airs and all that. But in this video, I'll be showing you, as most of you might be wondering, how these offlaners are laning and how they always get such a good start, right? Once again, I'll be using Triple S as an example because his laning fundamentals and his offlane gameplay I feel like is one of the best when I watch him play. So you'll see that he always starts the lane by body blocking from 10 seconds here. And that ensures that his lane is always close to his side, right? Of course, his body blocking is really perfect. That's why the lane can always end up so near to his side. Immediately once the wave meets, he's going to just pull aggro. Okay guys, you'll notice that pro players, their creep aggro mechanics are close to perfect, textbook perfect. Whereas most of you are probably messing up creep aggro here and there. You don't fully understand how creep aggro works. If that's the case, then I'll strongly suggest that you watch some creep aggro videos to understand how the mechanic actually works. Okay, so he's always going to deny his range creep, and the support will always be helping the offlaner trade. The support cannot be running to like block camps and such. He has to be always present in the lane. You cannot let your offlaner be left in a 1v2 scenario as much as possible, guys. No situation is more important than a 2v2 situation unless it's an obvious losing lane where the push 4 might pull the wave, okay? So you can see the amount of creep aggro this guy does, it's insane. So firstly, he pulls back. And then here, if he wants the creeps, he's going to pull back again. See the creeps keep following him. But an average player would probably have, and even they're turning to keep the creep on him, an average player would probably have run in to take creeps and lost like half their health by now or more, right? So there's a lot of creep aggro. See, even here, pulling to try and deny his range again. Especially since he's playing against two range heroes, you always want to be pulling aggro when you're playing as a mini hero especially. And there's a pull aggro again, right? See how the creeps continuously follow him, guys? This is a mechanic you must really master in order to play a good offlane. Most offlaners fail after I reviewed like thousands of offlane games. Most offlaners fail because they don't understand creep aggro, they don't understand when to aggro, and most of the push fours also fail because they are like somewhere else on the map rather than helping their offlaner win the lane. So straight away we understand offlaner, learn to body block well, learn to creep aggro well, and then you want to abuse 2v1 openings and you want to pull whenever possible. So here they're just chilling, waiting for a wave. And they're going to hold the wave in front and then try and pull aggro again if you can. See, it's a really like passive but safe manner where he gets a lot of CS as he waits for his power spikes. And a lot of creep aggro to deny his range creep. That's why the lane can like stagnate here for most of the time in lane. See how the creeps keep following him, guys? Creeps will keep following him to deny his range creep, and then they'll try and pull again, contest the pull here, and pull aggro to range. Okay, here he's left alone because the push 4 has been protecting the offlaner for the first like 4 to 5 minutes. The push 4 has to sit with the offlaner for 4 to 5 minutes. Most of the time you don't want to leave too early, but once it's like 4 to 5 minutes and there's a kill chance, then you might be able to make a gank chance. If not, then you guys should still sit here and play with the push stream. So this is just like a temporary gank to the side lane. Hey gamers, it's your coach Balloon here. Are you feeling hard stuck in your rank? Or played Dota for years and can't improve? I've got the solution for you. I created the Dota 2 Ultimate Bootcamp to help you finally improve. You'll get 2 weekly calls where you'll receive feedback so you never feel lost in games. You'll get access to step-by-step courses with proven strategies so you stop losing lanes. And you'll be surrounded by players with the same goals so you can practice together. If you have spent hundreds of hours watching YouTube videos but are still not climbing, or you've seen hundreds of pro matches but don't know how to play like them, then this program will be the best fix for you. Stop guessing and start climbing today. Click the link in the description to learn how. Okay, so now the Luna overextends because the lane pushes up and then they see us 2v1, so immediately they will take a 2v1 trade. Right, Rubick has ganked a bit and Night Stalker has lost a bit of health, but now it becomes a 2v1 chance. So good offlaners, good push 4 players, they'll identify 2v1, they'll know how to creep aggro, they'll know when to pull, they'll ensure that this is blocked, this is deblocked most of the time. And then they'll be trading as much as possible for like the first 4 to 5 minutes to build up on the lead, so that eventually they can push the tower down at level 6 to 7. So still they are pulling, and with that they have a good start, and this offlaner will not feed. Once it hits his power spike, calls for some supports to come over and they make the lane into a good gank. I understand in pubs you guys might not be able to get ganks from your teammates, or supports might not play like this. So in cases like that, it'll look a lot like what he did earlier, a lot of like defensive aggro, a lot of chilling, waiting for power spikes, right? Waiting for teammates to come, waiting for your power spikes of like level 6 and try and call people over, then you can start snowballing your lead from there. Otherwise, it's a lot of like just creep aggroing, perfect creep aggroing, pulling, chilling, soaking XP, respecting 2 heroes, and punishing every 2v1 or 2v2 trade when you can. So here they're just waiting for their level 6 and then they're going to start the push that will transition into the tower and early game as shown in the other video again. So from this we have learned his laning fundamentals. For an offlaner, you must know good creep aggro, you must know how to maintain the wave here, you must know how to respect 2 heroes, know how to punish 2v1 situations, and know how to block your wave so that wave is always closer to your side when you have nothing to do, especially when the wave starts. For post 4, you must know how to trade, especially for the first 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. Make sure you're not running around the map. Try to help your offlaner win the lane first. Pull the cam, block the cam, ensure this is unblocked so you can pull. And then if there's like kill chance in your lane, then prioritize your lane instead of the side lanes. Right, now we see the same thing where he's playing Slardar and you see the wave starts here and he's going to start blocking from here. With good creep blocking, he's going to have the wave meet around here and he's going to spam creep aggro again to hold the wave and punish like 2v1 or 2v2 situations. So the biggest difference between pro players and pop offlaners or like low MMR offlaners is that a pro player will have probably aggroed like 10 times in 1.5 minutes, whereas a normal player would probably only aggro like 2 times and run up to take creeps or proceed to miss the last hits because they don't aggro creeps to them and get hit like crazy. And they lose all their health because of that. Or another common mistake is to creep aggro defensively when there's like a 2v1 or 2v2 chance. Also a big mistake, right? If you're given like good openings to trade, always make sure you trade instead of aggroing defensively. So here 2v2, they are weaker. Level 1 Slardar wants to chill, pull aggro to range immediately, you can see. And the push 4 is already securing the range creep right from the get-go. So here he's going to aggro to range again, right? But the push 4 is taking the aggro from him, so he has to wait for the creeps to stop chasing the push 4 for him to aggro again. So here he's drawing to his range. You see how many creep aggro has been done so far, alright guys? Again, he's still aggroing to his range. And the wave just keeps coming to him. He's going to aggro once again and secure the range. It's really good. And deny the range. And then aggro to range again. So creep aggro is about 500 unit range. Make sure you watch the creep aggro video I've made before if you're unsure of it. Let's say these are really good like 2v2 chances, 2v1 chances. They are taking these opportunities when they can. And this push 4 is like hitting them whenever he can. They're trading whenever they can. This guy is not just like blocking here, standing here, or trying to help the side lanes. Is really focused on winning the lane for the first like 4 to 5 minutes. Making sure his offlaner is not bullied for the first few minutes. And from here, they want to make sure this is deblocked so they can pull, and then they're going to creep aggro again. Yep. So this is just really standard gameplay, right? Where like constantly pulling aggro and pulling creeps, and also when they pull their camps, we'll contest if our support is together. Push force, you have to help your offlaner, okay? And offlaners, make sure that you know how creep aggro works, you know how to punish and follow up with your support when the trade is good. Like when the Leshrac was trading, the Slardar from creeps will transition into aggressive play instead of just aggroing all the time, and that's a good trade to take. So now he's just back to creep aggro and playing defensive until there's a chance to trade again, right? You see guys, so far if you can count the amount of creep aggro that's been done is like 15-20 creep aggro clicks compared to a normal pub player where they would have probably run up to take CS in front of a Monkey King. The Leshrac would be like somewhere else trying to block or something, and this Slardar gets run down. But here they're always protecting each other, always creep aggroing and pulling people out of position with creep aggro baiting 2v1 openings, trying to take 2v2 favorable openings, right? So play together, play close to each other, try not to be too far from each other, especially the support when the trade is available in lane. See guys, he's following up with his support a lot, right? Not just leaving his support. And now we're back to lane control again. So creep aggro, control lane, wait for mistakes, punish mistakes, control lane again. And now he's gonna hit a good power spike about level 6 where he's gonna consider, can I start pushing the lane down with or without my teammates? But the Lesh decides that, hey, I'm needed somewhere else to make a gank kill on the side lane, especially to contest the XP shrine, so I'm gonna go there first. And that delays the timing of Slardar to push the tower down. Shadow Demon decides to contest but gets a free kill for Slardar, so that's good. And now he's just waiting for his supports to return to break the tower. So at Triple S, his mindset now is like, wait for support, call for support. Once they're done with whatever they're doing, come over and help me break the tower, right? So remember guys, as a support as well, you want to be like, hey, my offlaner is 6, offlaner is strong, offlaner is 7. If I have nothing else to do elsewhere to like play stronger, I need to come over to play my offlane to break the tower so that we can start setting the pace for the game. But here is another TP kill for free kill. Same like the Night Stalker game, if you guys remember. He TP'd down to get like some free kills and then gated top again to continue his farm. So while you guys are doing this, of course you're not just gonna sit here forever. You are also going to join like this TP kills, pick off kills, right? Free kills when they are possible, especially on big targets like this, or like big fights like that near the tower. Once you're done, you have to farm your way back to the lane again. And now it's already 9 minutes, so he needs to call his support to come. See, he's already pinging, hey guys, come and contest this. I need to push this tower down. I need to stop this post 1. And that Dire team is also scanning and they see that the gank is coming. So it's always the same game plan. From good creep aggro, good like contesting 2v2, 2v1, pulling camps, respecting like 2 heroes when he's alone, contesting the pulled camps when it's like support with offlane together, break the tower with his team and then control the space, and get a fast playing, make a play here and there, control space again, or like make a play here and there, a core takes over his lane. See guys, it's like very textbook. Every game they literally just do the same thing and achieve the same result. If your supports decide not to follow you and you cannot break the tower, then it's okay. You guys have to just like farm, pull camps and transition into recovery mode, which is to jungle and wait for supports to come or teammates to come to break the tower for you. Alright guys, I hope that makes sense. So make sure to focus on your laning fundamentals like creep aggro, regen, sustain, positioning, denying the range creep, contesting 2v1, contesting 2v2. For supports, ensure that you're always trading, not like elsewhere. Try to trade more, don't be out of position when you trade. Trade 1v1, trade 2v1, trade 2v2. Avoid being caught in like 1v2 situations if possible. And then eventually you guys will win the lane. From a 1 lane, you'll like transition into the textbook gameplay every time.